Joining us now by phone is White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, who was in the Oval Office during the president's speech tonight. Karine, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Lawrence, thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
To be in the Oval Office is always an honor. It always feels historic to us who have been there so few times. To you, I don't know if you've gotten used to it yet, but for me, when I was working in Washington, it always felt like I was walking into history no matter what the subject was. But tonight, Karine, tonight, you were in that room for a moment that is going to be in history books for hundreds of years, a moment that is going to be read about. You were in the room for that. What did it feel like? What was your personal experience in that room, including with everything you've personally been through at the White House leading up to this hour tonight?
Well, Lawrence, thank you so much for this opportunity. And you're correct. It's always an honor, and I'm always in awe. Every time I walk into the West Wing lobby, every time I'm in my office in the West Wing, it's always I'm always in awe. It's a privilege, it's an honor, and it's never lost on me how historic it is just to be the White House press secretary, just to be speaking on behalf of the President of the United States. Look, tonight, what the country witnessed, what I witnessed, what we all witnessed was historic. It is historic. We're talking about a man, as he has always done, put country first, right? Joe Biden, as the world saw tonight, understands the job he holds and the office he sat in tonight is bigger than one man, bigger than one person. And two quotes, if you don't mind, if I would love to share, and I know you've been, I was watching the opening of your show, but he said, "The great thing about America is here. Kings and dictators do not rule. The people do. History is in your hands. The power is in your hands. The idea of America lies in your hands." This is a president who understands, as he said tonight, the defense of democracy is more important than any title. And what we saw this weekend, this past Sunday, was selfless act, something very few politicians would ever do. I can't even name of another politician who would do that. So it was an incredibly powerful speech. He was surrounded by his family and his top aides. I was there, as you just mentioned in the intro. It was a moment I will never, ever, ever forget. And I could not be more prouder to have worked for this man. And I want to be crystal clear here. President Biden will go down in history as one of our greatest presidents, period, full stop.
Were there tears in that room as the president spoke?
It was emotional. It was emotional. I was emotional. I think we all, I don't think anyone after those remarks, that Oval address, didn't feel the emotion of someone who has served this country 50 plus years, as he said in his statement, who has given his heart and soul. You felt it in the room even more so. You felt his heart and soul. You felt what this country means to him. And it was a beautiful moment, an emotional moment, but a historic moment. And, at the end, we applauded him. He got, love from us in the room. He got love from his team. Afterwards, he was able to go to the Rose Garden. Hundreds of us, of the staff, got gathered together. The rain held off just a little bit, and he was able to show his appreciation to the team that has been with him, the staff that has been with him through these 3.5 years, obviously almost 4 years, and stood there, and we applauded him and we cheered him on, and he thanked us for the work that we've been able to do and the accomplishments, the historic accomplishments that we have able to get done. And you just saw, you saw people's iPhones and smartphones up and taking pictures. And it was a moment that we all needed. We could not be prouder of his leadership. We could not be prouder of what he's done, not just not just on Sunday, but certainly the last almost 4 years. It was a special moment. It was a special moment, Lawrence.
Karine, when did you find out that Sunday was going to be a busy day for you?
So So basically what happened is the president on Saturday evening gathered with a small group of his advisors and his family, and he started to think through the next steps. And the next day, Sunday afternoon, he made his decision, and he called the vice president, and then he got on the phone with his assistants to the president, his top aides, and he told us at 1:45 that he had made this decision. And while we were on the phone, the letter was released, and the rest of the world found out. And that's how we found out. It is not an easy decision. It is a selfless decision. It is a hard decision. And he put country first, and that's what we saw. And then you heard him talk about passing the torch. Passing the torch. I think that was a big theme of his Oval address. And one more thing I would say, Lawrence, is that the last 4 years, the 4 years prior to this administration, you had a former president that stoked fear. That's what you had. And the last 4 years of this administration, you had President Biden that stoked healing and the importance of healing. And no other president, I don't believe, no other person would have been able to do what he has been able to do, is to try and bring the country together and give some healing that was so needed.
Karine, we all watched you on the first White House press briefing that you had to conduct after the debate, and how contentious it became in the room with the White House press corps. Obviously, a very, very difficult period for you. I can't think of a more difficult challenge that a White House press secretary has ever faced in the White House. As you moved through it and got to this past weekend, what was it like for you personally in that moment when you understood the president had made this decision to stop campaigning? What did you personally feel at that moment when you got that word?
Well, emotional, obviously, but some pride, a lot of pride, because it was certainly a moment where, again, I realized who I'm working for. Someone who is a great man, someone who understands what it means to be selfless, someone who understands. I mean, when you take these jobs, and you've been a public servant, Lawrence, you know how this is. And for me, when I take a job like this, you believe in the person that you're working for, right? You believe in the platform. You believe we're going to make change. You believe we're going to make people's lives better. And that's why I took this job. And we've been able to show that over and over and over by really putting forth an unprecedented record. So when I heard the news on Sunday, when I heard him talking to all of us on that call on Sunday, I thought to myself, yeah, this is the man that I signed up for. This is it. This is the man that I signed up to work for, right? This is what, you give up a lot of your life to be a public servant and to do everything that you can on behalf of the president that you work for, and also on behalf of the American people. And so I felt emotional, but a lot of pride in the work that we have done, and the person that I know to be our leader, right? His leadership certainly is something that we trust. It was a hard day for many of us. It doesn't even matter how you found out. It was a difficult day. But now we're in a place where, the president said, there's a lot at stake here. Our democracy is at stake. Our freedoms is at stake. And we have to do everything that we can to protect that. And that is why the president ran in 2020. That's what he's done the last 3.5 years. And now, he's passing the torch and wants to make sure that continues.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, I cannot thank you enough for joining us on this historic night. And I know I speak for the audience and their gratitude hearing from you tonight. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate you so much, Lawrence. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.